Hey everybody, and welcome to the Talks a Lot Boys. Back at it again. I am your host. My name's Tyler, and today I am joined by my lovely little old boys. We got Kyle.
Oh, how's it going, everybody? How you doing today?
And we got Nico.
What's up, my babies?
So today we're doing another album review / song ranking, this time of an album that I have never heard of until yesterday. So I'm just kind of along for the ride on this one. Kyle, do you wanna set the scene for everybody?
Yeah.
Since you're kind of the expert here. I mean, I guess you both are, but
Yeah, no, you're good. So there's this little man he's not that small. Anyway, his name's Raleigh Ritchie, and you may know him from things such as Game of Thrones.
What?
Yeah, no, he played Grey Worm in Game of Thrones. That's his name, right? Isn't it? Because I haven't watched all.
It was, yes, it's Grey Worm.
Okay, cool. I just knew that as a fact. But he also makes music. Bet you didn't know that, dumbasses. He has 2 albums.
I don't like your tone.
I don't like your face. That's why I'm not looking at it. That's why we're doing this over a call. But no, Raleigh Ritchie made an album back in 2016, I'm pretty sure. It's called You're a Man Now, Boy. It's a pretty nice little album. Like it a lot. And then recently, as of June of 2020, he released an album called Andy. And we're going to talk about it today because that album's, not gonna lie, boys, that album's pretty good.
Why is it called Andy?
Nico, do you remember? Because I know he said it before.
Was that his uncle or something?
Yeah, it was like it's like his uncle or his grandfather like had that name, and then like people like he acted like him, so like his family called him that or something like that.
It was his grandpa. I think it was his grandpa.
And like he just like was given that name, like he just like that was kind of his nickname growing up. And like
okay.
this whole album is super like, it's really raw and like honest and like just kind of like no barriers. Like some of the like even though like the vocals, the instrumentals are very just like unpolished. And that's kind of part of the thing that I really like about this album is that it's just so in your face. Like he's kind of just pouring out his emotions in a lot of these songs. And it's awesome. He's always done that, but in this album, it's just so present. I would argue. Yeah, it's
every song
pretty powerful.
In the face again.
I mean, as a person who's like never listened to his stuff before, like I didn't really know what to expect going into this, but like yeah, I was kind of like blown away by just like how real and raw all the shit that he was like singing about was. I was like not prepared for it. I was like even the first song on the album, you're just like, whoa, okay, here we go, I guess. I liked it though. It was like the overall just like tone of the album, just super good stuff.
I mean, like, the most obvious thing that I will just, we'll get it out of the way, we'll talk about it right now, is that his accent's fantastic and it just works.
Oh, yeah.
It's just buttery goodness in my ear holes.
I want him to just read bedtime stories to me every night.
I can't hope. Like, oh, yes.
Yeah. I was on Game of Thrones. Did you know that?
Welcome to Game Grumps. He was also on Game Grumps for the. Yeah. That's what got us to listen to his music, because they mentioned on Game Grumps that he did music.
And I was like, oh dang, I should check it out. And then I didn't check it out. And then Nico checked it out, and then he told me that it was good. And then I checked it out, and it was really good. I liked it. Yeah, no, he's a great boy. He's a great little boy. And like honestly, because like. Tyler, did you get a chance to listen to the other album at all? I don't know if you did.
No.
That's okay. No, I know. It was just all short notice for you. But for people who have listened to the other album, or if you didn't, I'll just tell you, the sound that he has in that album, like the overall tone of that album, is really like, it's like still a solid album, don't get me wrong, but like it's very like studio driven. Like it's like they were in the studio, they were like really mixing, mastering it, and it's very like it's crafted really well, and it's just really clean. And then I feel like this album is where he really starts to find his like little slot in the genre, because he doesn't really care about that as much. He like I said before, he lets some stuff kind of just like trail off every once in a while when he's like kind of like singing a run over something, or like just how some of the songs intro kind of like sloppily on purpose, because it's like the intro into like them actually playing or something. Like you hear him like A flat at the beginning of a song or something, like it's a really cool thing that just makes you feel so like present in the music that he's making, and it's something that not a lot of people do that I can really appreciate. But yeah, I know. You guys want to rank these bad little babies?
Boy,
this little tune basket?
I sure do. We're sticking with tune basket, huh? All right.
Hell yeah. I loved it. I listened back to our
forgot
episode.
about it, but I'm glad you didn't, because I definitely want that to catch on.
Yeah, we're ranking this tune basket.
Yeah, so we're just gonna do what we always do. We're gonna rank everything from worst to first.
Okay.
And we're just gonna go through each of the songs in the order that they appear right now, just to get everyone acquainted with the names of all the little old tunes in this basket. So,
open that basket up, Tyler.
Yep. Oh, I'm cracking it open. It smells like Britain. And first up, we got Pressure. Then we have Time in a Tree, Aristocrats, Party Fear, Worries, Stuffoo, 27 Club, Sad Boy, Shadow, Structure, Squares, and Big and Scared.
Heck yeah. That's 12 tunes for you lovely listeners, if you didn't count.
That is a baker's dozen tune basket right there.
It is indeed.
Not, 'cause that'd be 13.
No.
Oh, wait.
Baker's doesn't be 13.
I just said that, Nico.
Well, I couldn't hear you because I was talking over you. And whose fault was that? It's mine.
I totally forgot that a baker's dozen is there.
Yeah, it's...
Why is that what that is? But
anyway, do any of these songs stand out to you? And obviously, like, my opinions are probably going to be drastically different from yours, since I just listened to this album yesterday.
Yeah.
And I have a very, like, outside perspective of this. I have no attachment to any of these songs. I'm just going in with some real raw opinions. But are there any songs in particular that you boys feel should be in contention for the bottom spot?
I don't know, dude.
This is going to hurt me a lot, especially because I think I have a clear pick for the bottom spot, and it makes me really sad.
I also have a clear pick, so I want to know.
I don't. I really need you guys to guide me, because I really don't know where to go with this.
Yeah, Nico, where are you going? What are you thinking here?
It makes me really sad because I love the content of the song and I love the style, but I have to choose Structure for the bottom.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too.
I love it personally so much. Like, it sounds totally unedited, like no change to his voice, like very like raw accompaniment in the background. And I will say, Structure has one of my favorite transitions out of any other song, because there's a similar one like earlier in the album, but it has an orchestral little like outlude, I don't like outro essentially that perfectly sets you up for the tone of the next song, like almost to the point that it sounds like the next song, but it's not. It's just a tiny little like 5-second quip at the end of Structure that perfectly sets up the tempo, key, and time for the next song.
It's awesome. That song is one that just strikes you so hard when you get to it, because it is so intensely different than the other songs of this album. Because like you said, it's really raw. It's very, like, when I mentioned before that parts of this are very raw and unedited, that's like that entire song. Like, it's just him singing on the piano, so like just pouring it out. And it's beautiful, and like I really appreciate it. However, the fact that he does so much with other songs just gives so many songs on this album so much more like depth, I guess, than just him sitting at a piano. And that's not against it, but like I really don't know what else to like separate these songs by, because like these are all like really close in my mind. But yeah, I could definitely see Structure being near the bottom. Is that what you were thinking too, Tyler? Or
yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Because like, for me, not knowing about the fact that it was supposed to be like unedited or whatever, like I just listened to it and I was like, oh, this song's like a minute long and it's pitchy. I hate it. Bottom of the list. But like obviously there's some more nuance to it apparently. But like just from my plebby outsider perspective, that one jumped out to me as being the bottom of the pack in my opinion.
You know, and I mean, because it is, you're not wrong in your listening of it. It's just like, I think the whole idea of the whole album is just kind of raw. And
right,
that
and
album,
like kind of
that's the point.
Yeah, and kind of like knowing that now, I can appreciate it a little bit more. But I still think it deserves to be the bottom spot.
Yeah, no, I can definitely agree with that. It's just like I appreciate the song a lot.
Initial listening to this album, it was like I remember I texted Kyle. I was like, I think my favorite song is Structures, and he was like, no, it's not. I was like, yeah, I guess you're right. I love that. I love songs that slap you in the face, but like for whatever reason. Like this one because it was so different than any of the other ones on the album. Mm-hmm. But the lyrics too, like behind it, are like, I feel like I'm going to talk about the lyrics every single song because they're all so
feel
good.
That.
And it's true. Have so much meaning to it. Like it's so much. It's so clearly like him talking about like his own actual going through life and trying to make things work. Like
it is very like just him talking about like how he needs structure and instruction so that he doesn't like tear himself apart. He needs to like kind of have a way of going, and it's beautiful because like there obviously is really no instruction to the song other than just creating it in the moment. So like it is like complex, the idea of like lyrics to what's actually happening, but like I don't think there's a ton more after that compared to some of the other songs of this album where it's just like there's a lot of stuff happening. So I can agree this is a good number 12.
We'll lock that into the number 12 spot then. I have a question as an outsider. Because there's a song that I have like extremely mixed feelings about, and I don't know where it stands with y'all. So what are your thoughts on Sad Boy?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Because here's the thing. Here's my thing with Sad Boy. I love it until the chorus hits, and then I fucking hate it.
That's fair.
The chorus, like it's to the point where I was like, ooh, I'm really jamming to this. And like obviously I let it play through like the first listen through. But then like in subsequent listens to the album, it would get to the chorus and I would just skip it because I hate it. I hate the chorus so much. It does not sound good. It just pulls me out of the song. I get it. Like it's cool. It's weird. I understand why it's there. In my opinion, it ruins a perfectly good song, and it annoys me, and I don't
honestly,
like it.
Off the bat, when this one came out, because this was a single, wasn't it, Nico? But wasn't Sad Boy
it came out as a single like 2 weeks before the album dropped.
Yeah, and because he released the audio video of it on YouTube, but it's like not
slight animations.
Yeah, where he does like slight animations, and it's his face, and then for like the effect in the chorus, he like draws his like bottom jaw out in like Photoshop and like shakes it up and down like it's making the fucking the effect, and like there's a bunch of little like effects going on the screen every time that happens. And then like the one time where it's like nice before it goes into the last chorus, like real like nice, it's a little Mario, like 8-bit Mario him runs up and just jumps and like does like the high jump. It's really cool. I should have sent you that one too. I didn't think about it. But yeah, that music video, like when I think about that music video and listen to it, I giggle and I enjoy the song more. But on like listens leading up to this recording, I was like, I'm going to disconnect that from my mind because like, I just want to like focus on the music a little bit. And I can kind of feel that, Tyler, where like the chorus is very odd. Like it's
a different feeling.
Yeah. There's nothing like that moment on the rest of the album because it's so like auto-tuned, like he like really adjusted like a sample. It's not even really him, and it's like that's just something that's totally not anywhere else on this album. It's all very like just him singing, either him singing by himself or like him singing over himself, and so it's a little out of left field.
Because I mean, like in general, like I like the rest of the song. Like I really liked like the piano and like it just flows really well, and there's like the barbershop quartet, like Jersey Boys vibe that gets tossed in there. I'm like, this is really cool. It's just the chorus just sounds so bad to me, and I just can't get over that. And I'm like, in thinking of everything objectively, like there's no other part of any song that I just have an actual like dislike of.
That's fair.
Which is why, like, I kind of want this to be toward the bottom, but, like, also the rest of the song is good. So I don't know. I just, like, that's the only part of any song that I just actively do not like.
I can definitely agree that it's, like, somewhere around this realm. I don't know if it's next. I don't know.
Think it.
No, you don't think so, Nico?
I don't think it would be next.
I think that, like, because like when I first listened to the whole album, Sad Boy was one of the ones that jumped out at me, and like I said, it's because I was like visualizing a little bit. But the more I've listened to it since, it's definitely not one that I like jumped to on this album. Because there are a couple songs on this album that I just jump straight to if I'm not like ready to listen to the whole thing, and those are the ones that I think are like super good, like should be near the top half. Like objectively, maybe not like the best, but like all around they're pretty solid.
Sure.
But I think I could see Sad Boy being like in the next couple. I don't know exactly where, but like I can feel that for sure.
I was
like,
just worried that like I was going to say this and you were gonna be like, "That's the #1 song, you fucking pleb." And like,
I knew you. I was actually worried about that because I heard him like whenever Sad Boy came out as a single, he was like, "Dude, this song is fucking dope." Like,
I loved this song when it dropped, and as it's aged on me, it's definitely just like a fun little time and a little odd at times. So like the hype has died down. The initial one I was just like, wow, like it's so neat. Because like even like you said, like the whole Jersey Boys vibe and everything, and like the little like the happy piano going on in it and everything. It's really cool. And since then though, I've been like, I don't know. There's some other songs that really get.
If it had an actual chorus, I would think this was like a pretty high tier song on the album. But like. It's just it ruins it in my opinion. Like the rest of the song I think is incredible. It's just that pulls me out of it.
Gotcha. Well, Nico, you were about to say what you thought might come next, right?
Personally, I think it might be 27 Club.
Honestly, I was thinking of that being in the next few too. Yeah. That's one of the only songs on here that I have no notes for because it's like I enjoyed it, but I don't think there's anything special about it at all compared to a lot of the other songs.
Straight up, this is short notice enough for me that I don't have any notes at all. I'm just going off of what I know about the songs. I'm just going with it, man.
They're
very very similarly though. Like there's nothing super defining to me about 27 Club. Like it's a good song. It's not bad at all.
Yeah, like it's good. It's fine. It's just like. In this moment, I don't even remember what it sounds like. I just remember that it didn't jump out to me at all as like anything special.
I just started playing it, and it's the one that the intro notes sound almost a little bit like an ice cream truck, like off kilter.
Oh yeah.
I
guess I remember that.
I love that. But the rest of the song is like, it's fine.
See, this is a song that the more I've listened to it recently, it has grown on me a little bit more personally. There is something that I never really quite like paid attention to that caught my eye in recent listens that I was like, that's pretty cool. Is because obviously it's like the 27 Club and like him like growing old and like being nervous to like do things, but like he's wasting his time, and then 27's over and he's like he missed his chance kind of stuff.
Right.
And in the outro bit, he starts to like whisper more of the stuff that he says. It starts getting really quiet, and like he's like, oh, it's over now. And some of the stuff he says is really because he's whispering and he's saying, keep my heart in my chest, I get pains, I wear my heart on my sleeve, I'll get fleeced. And he's like talking about like trying to do stuff, but he keeps getting shut down, so he's like whispering because like he's afraid to do it. And I was like, damn, this is really cool. And like instrumentally the song is really cool. However, everything leading up to that last bit, I'm not super into either. It's one of the ones that like when I see it on the list of songs, I don't immediately hear in my head like same like you guys said. So I was definitely thinking it was coming up next in these next couple as well. But I also really don't know what to put next. So if I'm outvoted, I understand.
I mean, I definitely think, in my opinion, I think the next 3 spots should be 27 Club. Not in this order necessarily, just these are the ones I think are up for the next few spots. In my opinion. Sad Boy, 27 Club. The only other song on this album that didn't really grab me in any sort of way, or that like I kind of leaned toward not really liking, was Squares. And that's literally only because it's so fucking repetitive that like by the end of the song, I'm just ready for it to be over.
I love Squares.
Yeah, Squares is a bop and a half, but I understand what you mean by it being a little repetitive.
Like, I don't think it's a bad song. It's just, like, compared to all these other ones, like, that one just felt very repetitive to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that Squares kind of falls into the trap of being a power ballad where, like, things do get repetitive in power ballads because it's, like, supposed to be powerful, and so you're saying the same thing over and over again.
Sure.
Like, that kind of idea of power ballads in general.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I really like Squares.
Yeah. I didn't count, but I'm pretty sure he said, let's be squares in a round world about 716 times.
I'm surprised. Did you guess that? Did you actually count? That was how many times? Did you?
Oh, wow. Yeah,
you did it.
I'm just good at guessing, I guess.
Congrats. You get a square.
Thanks.
You're welcome. It's in a round world, so you have to deal with that. That is something. I don't know. I think Squares is really, really, really beautiful. I think it is one of the more sweeping and exciting instrumentals, but that might just be because it's like a slow power ballad is where I get that vibe. The only other song that I really like catches me instrumentally, like as one of the like the super powerhouses of this album, is Worries. Because Worries kind of slaps though. But we'll talk about it later. But yeah, I don't know. I think. Because I'm down to say those three. The only other one that kinda is leaning into my possible it's in this realm ofness, and I don't really want to admit it, but like is Party Fear. A little bit.
I like that song. I mean, like I'm not opposed to putting it in the lower half. I just like that's one that kind of stood out to me more mostly because of like the lyrical content, I think, above anything else.
No,
plus,
that's
like there's the line where he's like the fucking cat line like killed me.
Oh, yeah.
I was not prepared for it. I was fucking on the floor.
In fact,
shit was awesome.
Get the fuck back.
Yeah,
I love that. I do. Oh, fuck, you're right. Funny. Fuck.
I wrote in my notes that it's one of my fave tracks on the album. So
really, damn. All right, hell yeah. Damn. Fuck. This is tough.
So
what we were saying?
We have structure. Are we putting 27 Club in 11?
I'm not opposed to that. If we all agree on that.
What were the other ones we were saying? We're saying 27 Club, Squares, Party
and Sad
Fear.
Boy. Were
And Sad
other ones
Boy.
we were talking about.
I think that of those four, I think the next two are between 27 Club and Sad Boy, probably. If I had to hedge my bets here.
So Nico, you're voting for 27 Club at 11, correct?
Yes.
Okay, Kyle, what are you voting for 11?
You're voting Sad Boy, aren't you?
I don't know yet. I need to see if what you're going to pick, and then if I have to make a tiebreaker, I will go with my gut.
I think I have to go with 27 Club as 11. Okay, if I'm being honest with you. I think I have to, because like there is a bit there that like I really dig. I think overall like we were saying, it's one of those songs that I don't hear in my head initially because it doesn't stick with me that hard. Mm-hmm. Recently, I've noticed some cool stuff about it, but like there's a lot of cool stuff in all these songs, and like one little thing might not push over the edge. And I think Sad Boy is just really fucking cool. I know the chorus is a little odd, but like damn, that song's kind of so much of that song is just so cool and different than the rest of the album. It's funny because like. It's almost their opposites, whereas like 27 Club kind of fits that like chilled out honest vibe, and it kind of fits into that orchestral like sweepingness of the album, whereas Sad Boy is just like fuck it, we're gonna do weird stuff, and it's like the opposite. But I think I really dig some of the stuff Sad Boy does a little bit more than the stuff the 27 Club does. So I think I would probably put 11 27 Club, Sad Boy 10.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I can respect it.
I would have put Sad Boy higher, but I won't object.
Yeah, the more I've listened to it, the more I've come down from my high on Sad Boy, and I can feel it. I don't know if I had thought it was gonna get this low, but like I also I was worried people would come swinging out the gates with some of my like big ones that I was like they're gonna be like, this is the worst one album, duh, you stupid, and I was gonna be like no, but so.
Time in a Tree is the worst one.
Yeah, Time in a Tree is the worst song in existence. No. But yeah, no, I'm down with that. So are we saying that the next fight is between Squares and Party Fear?
If it is, then Squares has to be below Party Fear. I think Party Fear needs to be way higher. in
I
my
have Squares
personal
pretty high.
I also had Squares pretty high.
Okay.
In my mind. So maybe neither of those songs are
Maybe
next?
neither. Yeah, maybe neither. What's another one?
I'm honestly not opposed to that either. Fuck me. Fuck. I don't know.
I think
I'm gonna say
stipulation-
something that's probably going to trigger you, maybe just based on the fact you sent me a music video for one of these. But like, Aristocrats didn't really do anything for
that
me
was
in the
that
grand.
was
So what
one I was kind of feeling.
I was about to say my stipulation for not putting Party Fear in the number 9 spot is that either Aristocrats or STFU gets it.
Yeah.
I don't know about STFU, but I'm definitely down for putting Aristocrats in the next spot.
I can see Aristocrats going in the next spot. I think like music video wise, it's pretty cool. He seems to have a different mind when it comes to music videos with like the way they're created.
Yeah.
Because like Aristocrats is really interesting with the way like it like does quick changes. Like visually, it kind of tells a whole new story to the music.
Oh,
Same
definitely. I think
Time
I
of the Tree,
definitely
kinda-
I definitely appreciate it more after seeing the music video. I saw like a lot more like nuance in it, and like I thought it was like really cool. But like just upon my initial listens of it, like not having that kind of visual story to go along with it, it just nothing about it really jumped out at me too much, you know.
Yeah. This song also is, because you wouldn't know this, Tyler. This is the first song that dropped with like him announcing he was releasing an album.
Mm-hmm.
So like this was like the Andy's coming, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's the first song from it." And then we found a Time in the Tree was on it, and I was like, that makes sense because he released that in 2018. It just kind of sat as a single, and we were like, this song is great. Why is it just chilling here?
Yeah. I wish Me, Myself, and I had been on this album.
Yeah, I was wondering why that wasn't on either, but I guess that's just gonna sit in single land like I thought Time in the Tree might. But that's okay. Me, Myself, and I is its own little fun time.
Raleigh, hit me with that deluxe edition. Raleigh, please.
Raleigh? Grey Worm, give us the deluxe. Anyways. But yeah, I don't know. I like Aristocrats, and like you said, the music video does add a good bit of a nuance to it. This is one of the ones where the chorus doesn't do it for me as much as some of the other ones does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's not that it isn't good. It's just it's kind of repetitive. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't hit every note that the other ones do for me in my mind. It's really cool what it does, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
I'm sitting here kind of struggling to come up with things to say about it, and I think that's kind of telling to like me being okay with it coming next.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm down to see Aristocrats come next.
Mm-hmm.
It was when we were talking about Party Fear and Squares, I was like, but like Aristocrats though.
Yeah, I definitely think like the other songs are all better than Aristocrats in my opinion.
There's some really cool lines in it.
Like,
I'm looking.
Yeah,
forward
like
to it,
I have to say, like, I feel like I'm gonna make this stipulation a couple times. Like no matter where we put these songs, like you look at them lyrically, and like this whole album is basically like mental health awareness. Like,
oh yeah,
he's literally just therapizing himself through his own music this way. Like, what is sometimes I don't like the opening lines. Sometimes I don't recognize my mind. Sometimes I wonder if it's yours or mine. Like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This song is about like an identity crisis, like,
right?
Yeah,
but it's so good.
It is. It's an incredible song. I don't want to undersell that at all. I think like pretty much every song on this album is like just super excellently crafted, super well done.
This is totally another one of the albums that is just like there's not really a bad song on here. Like,
yeah,
structure is different.
Not in a bad way. It's just different. And
yeah.
That's why
it's poorly mastered, but that's the point.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No. There's just like I'm thinking like because now that I'm looking at the lyrics, I'm like hearing it in my head, and like the whole like third verse with like I'm tongue tied, brain fried, I've sacrificed my whole life. I don't think you realize what you are in my insides. Yeah. There's some really good lyrical content in here, and like overall, it's a catchy song, but it just. As we're going up this list, it's just like we're kind of adding bits and bits. So like the songs where like there's a lot going on, and I'm like, damn, this song really brings it. So I this song makes sense in that progression through this album. in my mind, anyways.
Yeah, I agree. Because it's like, it does have really great lyrics, but like all the songs do. So like, if it doesn't have anything else to offer other than good lyrics, then I think it should take the next spot.
Yeah, I'm down with that. All right, cool. What number was that again? I totally
that was 9. Yes.
Number 9. Damn.
I'm keeping track.
Yep. Damn, this is difficult.
Yeah, it's only going to get harder, like, the less songs we have to work with.
Yeah, once we hit, like, number 6, I'm scared, because...
Oh, yeah, I don't even fucking know what's going to happen at that point. But
yeah, so if that's number 9... Boys, what's number 8?
It's Squares, man. I'm just going to keep asking for this until it works.
But is it?
Well, then tell me what goes next then.
I'm sitting here scrolling through the list, which is very difficult to scroll because there's only 12, and I'm staring at them and I'm going, I think they're probably the next two, right? They're probably the next two. Like, if we're being honest and we're looking at everything else on this list, I think like Squares and STFU might be like the next. And Party Fear.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that is my exact 3 that I had.
I don't know though. I don't know about those ones though. I don't know.
Are we gonna have to fight you on Time in a Tree?
What?
He said, I feel like
the
we're
way
gonna have
that
to fight you
you're
on Time
shaping
in a
out
Tree.
your top half of this, I'm a little scared of where you put Time in a Tree.
I don't have it placed. I don't have any of these placed anywhere. I'm just vocally saying that. Looking at this list, nothing. Here's the 3 that I don't have notes for. I don't know if this means that they are the next 3. They're probably not. I will probably get crucified for throwing out things. Like, the only note I had for Squares was that, like, I didn't like how repetitive it was, but I liked it, the rest of it. Shadow, I just wrote good ass groove, but I don't have any in-depth notes. And I don't remember what it even was, because all I wrote was good ass groove. So clearly it's a good song, but I don't know. I don't know what made it good. And then Big and Scared, I think I liked, but I don't have notes for it. So all the rest of the songs, like the first 5 songs, I have like large paragraphs for.
Yeah, the first, that's because the first 5 songs of this album are the ones that really get me good.
Yeah.
Like those, there is a noticeable difference to me when I'm listening to this album, where like after 5, I'm just kind of grooving and I'm enjoying it. But like those first 5, I'm just like, yes! And I'm like kind of like grooving in the car and shaking around a little bit more. Those 5 do get me good.
Although I don't have these in order anymore because I've been moving these around, so I guess they weren't the first 5. But the 5 songs that we haven't talked that I didn't mention or haven't been ranked yet are the ones that were I wrote the most about.
Gotcha. What I'll say out the gate, Shadow hits me in a place.
Mm-hmm.
In a personal place, and I really like Shadow.
Okay.
I don't think that's
not accept Shadow
go on
lower than 4.
I'm fine. Like I liked Shadow, so I definitely want to hear your guys' like thoughts and opinions on it. For sure.
I think it's nowhere near where it's gonna go yet, so we will chat about it later.
Okay, fair enough.
I have a lot to say about it, so we'll get there. It pains me. But I'm looking at it, and these next couple are gonna be close, and I guess, fuck, I could see a world where we could say Squares would possibly be next. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Placing every single one of these songs has pained me because they're all really good, and it kind of they'll hit me in their own way. Some of them more personally than others, but like. I like Squares, but I can see, it gets a little repetitive at times. Instrumentally, I think it is really, really beautiful. Does it like I've been saying, this kind of like overarching thing is like as we're progressing up, like we're adding bits and bits to it, where it's like getting more complex and like more things to like really dive into. And I guess this could kind of fall in this spot. I could see it. I could see it. And especially when we take that into consideration, I do think like Party Fear and Shut the Fuck Up both have a lot to them. So I can see it. I can see looking at it through this light, not my own heart of light. I can see.
Okay, what, are you reading off a fucking Kingdom Hearts script right now? What is this?
This script is simple and clean, buddy. Don't you worry. It is. Yeah, we'll just go. I'm okay with Squares next.
Okay, cool.
Listening to
It's done.
Squares
You're locked
again,
in. Squares is 8.
It does not bang as hard as others. That's not the point of it.
That was the sound of me ripping my own heart out. That was what that entire rambling on was. That was me slowly pulling blood gushing. It was very visceral.
Maybe if I put glasses on, you can see world.
What the fuck is happening right now?
Now what I will say is that I do not know what's next. So I don't know what are you guys thinking? Nico, what are you thinking? Because I know Tyler said he doesn't really think STFU and Party Fear next.
Yeah, that throws the whole rest of my night into a tizzy, my friends.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing though. Don't take my opinions on this stuff that seriously, because I'm looking in with very limited experience with this album. Like, I want to know why you guys I just need more context, because like I don't want to put them there, but I also don't know what goes next because I kind of like everything from this point on. So like I just need more to go off of.
See, okay, here's something I'm going to say that might be a little controversial is I'm starting to lean toward Big and Scared coming next. But it is kind of the album in a nutshell. Like the whole message of the album.
Yeah, and that was kind of like what I was thinking too. I'm like, I feel like lyrically and like it is the album, like the essence of the album. But I don't know, like it. I
definitely like musically don't like it as much as some of the other songs on this album, so I definitely don't think it should be like the top or anything.
Yeah.
But the fact that it is so much like this whole album, and lyrically it is one of the more complex because of that. Sure. So, because he's kind of just singing to himself. But yeah. Fuck. And the way that it kind of like it melds into Pressure, and then it kind of perfectly loops back into the beginning of the album, and it's a really cool little. Mm-hmm. It was really clever on his part, and that's something that I didn't mention before either. Is there are some things like just little things he adds in that if you're listening to it, because I sometimes listen to this like with like one earbud in, sometimes listen to it with like a headset on. There's some stuff he does with like the sound space around you where like is really cool, like a back and forth kind of little thing that he does. So if you do listen to this album, which I hope you do in the future, dear listeners, listen to it with like both earbuds in or like headset or something, so you can kind of hear that, because there's a lot of cool things he threw in throughout this whole thing, and this is one of them because there's a little bit like a back and forth kind of feel. But yeah, that's a little side tangent. Sorry, but
I would argue that STFU would go next.
I just disagree. I mean, like
I understand.
Well, I just think that like the like musically and lyrically, I just really like the song. Like they incorporate like the brass, like trumpet blasts or whatever, and like I just think in general like the blend of the instruments is just super unique and really really cool. And like I don't know, I just the way it's structured, the way it's put together, the super tasty rap break with the fucking cat line. I don't know. There's to me personally, I would put it up pretty high, but I'm assuming I'm gonna get outvoted here pretty soon. I just wanted to throw that out there.
I'm thinking. I'm looking at the lyrics and I'm thinking.
In my opinion, there's nothing to dislike about it. Not that there really is for any of the songs we have left, but like that one specifically.
The cat isn't in this one.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Wait,
it's a Party Fear.
Party Fear.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I had the wrong notes loaded up. I meant the shut the fuck up part. The cat part is not in there. You're correct.
Yeah.
I was mixing up my notes. No. But still, the rest of it was accurate, other than that part. Yeah.
So, musically, song slaps pretty hard. That brass is a tasty little addition. I didn't ask for you, Siri. I
Wow, I felt that on an emotional level.
I don't know where she got that. I don't know where she got her name from Tasty, but here we are. Lyrically, it's fine. I feel like it doesn't mean as much as some of the other songs.
Yeah.
And that's I understand that's kind of an arbitrary, ancillary bullshit way of going about this. Like, if we're ranking the album, it should be a lot
it's
more
valid though. I mean, because you are right.
Yeah.
But I just, it doesn't pull me in as much as the others. Like, one thing that I have issue with, and this is a really, really nitpicky thing, that like, it doesn't make me dislike the song, and I don't dislike it. I just don't necessarily agree with the choice. Is like the rhythmic, this is going to be a really weird phrase, but like rhythmic melody of it. It's very stop and starty. It's very like, da 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 da. Like it's very not jittery, but like feels like it's programmed. Like it's more cut and dry than the other songs that flow more, I think.
See, when I heard that, I thought more like a parade of people telling you to shut the fuck up.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
And something that I'm realizing the more I like think about these songs, that like, because like you specifically said that like Shut the Fuck Up and Party Fear are two that you really like. The more I'm thinking about, like, because like Nico, you meant the message behind them, and it kind of made me realize if I had to like go just purely off of like the lyrics and the message of them, I would definitely put Party Fear above it. Because I think that one does speak to me personally a little bit more, where it's just like, not much of a party dude, and I do indeed get anxious drinking beer, but especially in a loud party setting. Anyways, whereas Shut the Fuck Up is just like, yeah, I feel that. Whereas Party Fear is like, oh shit, I feel that. Like it's kind of a different thing where like they're both make me feel things in different ways, but one of them's a little bit more powerful to me. And I'm leaning more towards Party Fear being above it. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Actually, Tyler, I'm kind of curious, what do you feel between these two? Like, do you lean one more than the other? Because these are the two.
I don't even know, dude, because like I really like Party Fear too. That's the one with the cat line, obviously. I fucked that up earlier, but like, yes. I don't know. I think my gut is telling me that I want to put Shut the Fuck Up above Party Fear. Really? Because, like, yes, Party Fear is dope. It has much more, like, real, relatable lyrics, per se. And the cat line is fun. But I just think, like, in general, Shut the Fuck Up has more to offer. Like I said, with, like, the instrumentals and the really tasty rap break and the weird, like, parts where he, like, the song kind of like builds a little bit too, which I always like and I always talk about in like all of these, but like I feel like the song is constantly kind of like adding in more shit, and then I don't know, I think Shut the Fuck Up is better. Like the more I talk about it, I think Shut the Fuck Up is better than Party Fear.
Oh yeah, I'm honestly like, my point about the one kind of hitting me a little bit harder, it doesn't change the fact that Shut the Fuck Up is still like, oh fuck yeah, like I feel that kind of thing. Like to say it in that contrast wasn't to belittle Shut the Fuck Up necessarily. Sure, yeah. It was just one like hits me on an emotional level. The other one's like a hell yeah.
Yeah,
like,
and I agree with that 100%. Like I feel the exact same way about both the songs. I just upon talking about it more, I just feel like Shut the Fuck Up has more to offer.
I can get down with that.
Okay.
I can get down with that.
I'm not opposed.
But are they next?
That I don't know. I couldn't tell you that.
So we have left Pressure, Time in a Tree, Party Fear, Worries, Shut the Fuck Up, and Big and Scared, correct?
And Shadow.
Oh, and Shadow, correct. I accidentally scrolled past it. So, how many is that? I'm not keeping track this time.
It's like over half the album.
Correct. 1, 2, 3, 4.
7. It's 7.
7? Yeah.
I think. If I counted right.
Whew. Yeah, I don't know.
So, I mean, my gut is telling me, and my gut could be wrong, and you can tell me to shut the fuck up, haha, if I'm out of line. But as good as Big and Scared is, and as much as it fits like the actual like tone and message of the album, I just don't think it's as good of a song as the rest of the things we have left, personally.
You know what? Because I kind of figured that was what you were gonna say, and at least I was hoping what you were gonna say. Because some of the other ones I just can't see being under these. But anyways, something I realized, and like we've made this argument before in talking about songs, is I don't think I'm gonna like pick out Big and Scared as often as I will SDFU or Party Fear on like any given day, just because I think I'd rather listen to those. And like as a full album, I think Big and Scared is an awesome album ender, and we've talked about that a lot too. Mm-hmm. I think it really just like fully seals that package, even does like the wraparound kind of thing that we've mentioned, like I mentioned before, where like kind of connects into Pressure, because you hear the chorus of Pressure in Big and Scared, and I think that's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could see Big and Scared next.
Big and Scared is like I said, I made my list like when we started this, but Big and Scared was my fourth pick.
That's fair.
That's mainly based off of the lyrics and the message behind it, and I understand putting it this low because musically it's good, it's pretty, it fits the tone that it was going for perfectly. Like this little section in between versus this just little instrumental with the bells going, like it's so juvenile and it's so cute, but it's not like amazing. It's really, really good, and it makes me feel things. It makes me feel a lot of things. But one of those is not necessarily some good old making love to my ears.
Yeah.
This song doesn't give me a good ear fuck.
Did you hear us, Raleigh Ritchie? I tell you what, your number 12 song.
This song is good, but it does not fuck my eardrums properly.
I'll tell you what, my ears are not getting fucked by this song as well as the other songs in this album. I'll tell you what.
I tried so hard to go around saying that exact phrase, and here we are.
And then you just landed right in it.
And there it is, yeah.
Fucking my ear the way I would like.
Where did it bring you? Back to me.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Anyways, yeah,
I'm Big and Scared gonna take the spot. Is that what we're agreed on?
Yeah, I think this is a good place for it. Like close to the middle, because like it is lyrically very, very, important and like says a lot to the album. But I think like on any given day, of the songs left, I think this is the song I'm gonna click on the least to listen. Because while it is good and it is great in everything it has in it, it's not quite the banger that the rest of these are.
Same.
It's definitely one of those that's like I can't imagine listening all the way through this album and stopping with Squares.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine looking at Big and Scared and going, no, not today. But like if I'm gonna pick one of the songs off the album, it's not gonna be Big and Scared unless I'm trying to make somebody cry. Like,
right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it makes sense the more we talk about it. I think this fits.
Now, do we want Party Fear to be immediately after?
Yep.
Okay. That's what I figured.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm down with this. Well, what else is okay? Pressure, Time of a Tree, where he's in shadow. Shit.
I'm gonna do a quick recap, real quick, because I haven't done one yet. So 12 we have Structure, 11 we have 27 Club, 10 we have Sad Boy, 9 we have Aristocrats, 8 is Squares, and 7 is Big and Scared.
Okay. Yeah. I'm feeling this. I can get down with this. I think we're right in a way.
I think we're right too. There hasn't been a lot. I feel like we've been able to do this kind of easily. Knock on wood. I know last time I said that.
Yeah, and then the ending was just like mass chaos.
Yeah.
Very diplomatically.
But it's been very diplomatic.
Yeah, I'm digging it. And like that's the thing, right? Is with this album, I didn't know which way it was gonna go. It was either gonna be like really aggressive, or it was gonna be like I can see that, because like it is that close with some, like a lot of this album. It's just all really great. Good job, Raleigh Ritchie. You did it. Me likey. But yeah. So next, I'm down. I think when I'm looking at these last songs, probably Party Fear next.
Yeah.
I
thought we already decided on that.
Yeah, I'm just still thinking about it. I don't know. Nico, how you feeling?
That's fine.
Because you jumped right on it. You were ready for it.
Yeah, well, because Party Fear was my number 9, and now it's to 6. So here we are.
Party Fear and STFU are songs that like kind of grew on me more as time went on than initial listens. Mm-hmm. Especially the more I like paid attention to lyrics, the more like just all around as like a full package versus like initial listen kind of made me feel. So I'm super down for this one.
Talking about in the realm of like if you're gonna pick one song off this album to listen to, I've never really picked Party Fear. Like, it's good, but it's not one of the ones that I think of when I go to this. Like, it's one of the songs that like I open the album and I glance at the songs before I just hit play, and I go, oh yeah, Party Fear, yeah, I like that one. But it's not the one that like if I was going to start on a song, it wasn't going to be Party Fear.
Yeah. See, that used to be me, and the more over time it has become more of my, I'm gonna listen to Party Fear. Like that's like where I've leaned towards more. So like I think this is like a good place for it, because it's definitely not the one that I come to the most, but it is also one that I've come to more and I appreciate. And especially the way you were talking about it, Tyler, it's definitely like selling me on it even more than I had initially come in with it. So I'm down. I dig Party Fear.
Oh yeah,
good old time.
What do we want next? Because now this is gonna be hard. We're in top 5 territory now. Shit's getting down to the nitty-gritty. I just want to hear thoughts from y'all on what you think is next. I feel like you're all gonna want Shut the Fuck Up to Me next.
Yep.
I'm not gonna fight it because I know.
I'm gonna say yes, but if Kyle can provide reasonable argument that something else should be lower than it.
That's a great question. Because I'm really like thinking about these songs, looking at the lyrics right now, trying to like. Because I don't know, man. STFU has been growing on me.
The other 4 I don't see going lower than STFU.
See, that's what I'm wondering too, right?
I mean, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm like trying to like. Because I do think these ones are really close. We're really in it now. I think Party Fear even is in this category of like they're all really close. And shit. Tyler, do you have a certain thing that you're leaning to be next?
I mean,
not Shadow, right?
Not particularly. Well, no, I like Shadow. I just didn't really take enough notes on it to make an argument for it to be anywhere. Was really my only point. See, they're all so close at this point that like I don't have a huge. Like, I'm not gonna be pissed if Shut the Fuck Up is number 5, because like at least it made top 5. I'm gonna say something extremely controversial that y'all are gonna hate. Of the songs left, I think my personal least favorite, if I gun to my head, I had to pick one, would be Time in a Tree, and that's just me.
I kind of figured you were heading that way with how hesitant you were.
Yeah. And it's like, and again, I think that's an amazing song. I have nothing against it. It's just like I personally just like the other songs a little bit better. As my personal opinion. I know I'm wrong, and I accept that. I just that's how I feel. And it's kind of in the same vein as like how I didn't really like I shouldn't say I didn't really like. I hated the chorus for Sad Boy. Like, I don't dislike the chorus for Time in a Tree, but it is kind of the same like vibe where it's like a little bit jarring. Because it's just very different. But I still think it's good. Like, I think it's cool that they decided to make it like a weird, like, 20s Disney ride soundtrack instead of like the rest of the song is. But like, I mean, lyrically, it's very, very good. The music video obviously is very, very good if that factors in at all. Like, it's good. I don't think there's anything bad about it. I think the other ones sound better in my opinion, but that's just me.
All of these songs that are left hit me personally in a way. So that's why it's really hard for me to try to move a certain way with it. The one that is standing out to me to possibly be next, other than STFU, might be Pressure.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Because...
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to, like, argue against that. I really like that song.
I do, too. And,
so,
like...
Pressure is a hard one for me because I remember... whenever I was, like, earlier in the summer, whenever this had been... It was closer to when this came out, I was talking with you, Kyle, and I remember saying if I had to pick a bottom for the list of these songs, I would almost have to put Pressure. And then I listened to it again and I went, oh, but that, what is it?
I've never been a go.
Oh, I've never been a go-getter?
Yeah.
That's the moment that it hits you and you go, oh, fuck, this is tasty. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Like, the rest of the song is, like, a little low and, like, doesn't go a lot of places. But then it hits I've never been a go-getter and you go, oh,
yeah.
We're vibing now.
Yeah. And I mean, like, the instrumentals too, like, the song kind of builds a little bit, not like dramatically, but like they kind of keep throwing in different things just to kind of keep it interesting in the background, which I really liked. And also, like, obviously, like, the go-getter part is really cool. I also like how the instrumentals kind of like mirror it when he does that. Like, they get like really loud really fast and then like cut off, and I don't know. I really like that song. And lyrically, it's just, like, really raw. It's really real.
See, this is another one of the songs that...
know?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just...
Oh, you're fine.
I was going to build off of you. Because, like, lyrically, this song does hit me in a way because, like even just that first little bit that he's saying is before, like, the music really kicks in, that bass, the really heaviness. I keep thinking I'm in a rush. Maybe I've been thinking too much. Maybe I don't want it enough. It's way too much pressure. That alone, like, describes my entire mental state. And, like,
right.
that, and, like, that alone, like, just to that be the beginning of the album, that just be, like, you know, maybe I'm rushing too fast through it. Maybe I should think about it. Am I thinking too much? It's, like, this back and forth that happens in my head, and then to have it happen in a song, it's just like, oh, fuck. Wow, this is dope. This, like... And then, like, you know, like you were saying, like, the changes in the music keep you, like, always guessing. It kind of also emulates that, too, right? Like, the thinking too fast, and then, like, it stops. And then it, like, kind of scoops up, and then it's like, oh, but maybe not. And then it comes back down. It's, like, it really does a good job, like, the instrumental, like, continues that whole idea that it's talking about. And it's like, wow, this song's really good.
Yeah.
Fuck,
the more we're talking about this, the more I want to put it higher.
I'm okay with this.
Like,
I was throwing it out there because I was thinking about it and I wanted to talk about it. And now that we talked about it, I'm okay with moving it up.
Yeah. Because, like, in my opinion, I think it's my favorite off the album. But,
really?
like, that's just my personal take, you know?
It's one of my favorites, for sure.
I just think it, like, checks all the boxes, you know? It's got really, like, interesting structure, really good instrumentals, like, some fun, like the lyrics are good, and, you know, he has, like, the go-getter thing, and, like, that's really cool. And just, I don't know. I feel like it does literally everything right. And
it really, yeah. You're
I
so
think it
right.
would be a
like,
disservice to put it that low.
Yeah, and, like, you're right, because, like, the more we talk about it, it's, like, it, like, touches on, like, you know, a personal thing for me, obviously, and I feel like it's something that, like, a lot of people can relate to, and it, like, in their own ways, but also just generally, you know? And then, like, it does so much instrumentally, it has really deep lyrics, it, like you said, just checks all the boxes, and like comparing that to like how like what the points Nico was bringing up about why he thought STFU should be lower, like I can't bring up points for Pressure versus like there are some things that I can see about STFU that I understand. So yeah, maybe you're right. The other song I'm kind of like maybe is Shadow, because like we're getting to that top 5, you know, it's getting close, it's getting tight, and like my dog is not feeling the fact that I brought up Shadow.
Yeah, I can tell.
You freaking I don't want to play this low either, Buttercup, but I understand. Anyways.
So my
Nico, do you
want
to talk about Shadow? Sorry. Is that what you're going to
do? Oh, Shadow. Oh. Shadow was my number 1.
Oh, wow. Shit.
I adore that song. Like, I don't know why, lyrically, that song speaks to me, I think, more than any other song on this album. Like, without even having to go back and listen to it a little bit to get in the right mindset for it, like, the groove of it fucking slapped. The fucking lyrics, talk about, like, him, like, he's talking to his shadow, essentially, and his shadow is, like, who he feels he was, and trying to come to terms with, am I still that person? If I'm not that person, am I okay with having been that person? And am I okay with who I am now? Like, it's so personal. I think Shadow, for me, checks all the boxes. My personal pick for 5 and 4 would be STFU in 5 and Worries in 4.
I can get behind that, I think.
Part of the reason I put Worries above STFU is, Tyler, you had mentioned you loved how the brass was punchy and tasty in STFU.
And in Worries, it's just even more so.
Yeah, Worries does the brass even better. Like,
yeah.
I can't even remember the brass in STFU all the time, but in Worries, that fucking, like,
yeah.
Oh my god, it's so tasty. It's
the fucking whipped cream on top of your ice cream sundae.
It's so good. Lyrics speak to me in a way I don't know why they do. It feels a lot more personal than a lot of the other songs, because it's talking about him talking to his shadow, like, am I okay with who I was? Am I okay with who I am now? Like, am I still that person that I was, or am I somebody new? And if I am, is that okay? Like, it speaks on such a personal level, and I can't personally put my finger on why it does, but it's so personal. Like, just in general, it's so good.
And I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
So
I feel exact the same way, except for I can put a finger on why it does make me feel that way. In past relationships, I have had situations where like some of these lyrics really like speak exactly to the situation, and like them kind of like they don't. Let me cause I had the lyrics pulled up. You underestimate my trust. You think I'm weak, but you are half of me. You complete me. You don't have control of me, but I won't be your enemy. You're a shadow of who I used to be. And like you were saying, like this is me now. Is that okay? This is who I used to be. Like, I'm leaving that behind with you, and that's not always easy to accept. And like, from a past relationship, personally, that really does speak true to how I feel about the way things ended with it. And it's something that, like, you know, I have moved on from, but you know, it still kind of like pings me a little. And like, this song really does like touch on that really beautifully, and it is like the song almost is like a yeah, like kind of like a nice little like bookend to my feelings about it, and that like really does speak volumes to me, which is why when you brought it up earlier, I was just like, no, I feel I feel things about this song. However, the reason why I did bring it up to be possibly next is because I think musically it might not hit the same lengths as the rest of the songs left. It does slap, but I also think every song left slaps, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Right.
And
that is quite the conundrum.
I mean, Nico had said that the next two spots should be Shut the Fuck Up and Worries in that order, and I agree.
I can see that too, because I think Worries has one of the tastiest beats in the whole damn thing. However, I think maybe lyrically it is still like, you know, powerful, like the whole entire, like, you know, the way it's like constantly like it's cool, right? Because like it's the chorus, I just didn't want to worry you. But like you're saying it over and over to yourself. So like, are you worried? And like, so like, is that like just defeating the purpose? You know, like it's like this really cool like little like painting with like the lyrics, and like that does speak to me in a way as well, but not as strongly I think as to some of the other songs of this album. And I think that's kind of what I'm leaning towards more, is that like maybe SDFU, while it speaks to me in a way, it's not to the same lengths as some other songs, and same with Worries. They both like musically are great. Lyrically, they're great, but like that feeling they give me isn't necessarily something that is so powerful as compared to other things. Like I was saying before, that STFU feeling is like, oh fuck yeah, and it like makes you feel good. But like, is that compared to like this really personal story and a really great beat from some of these other songs? And I don't think that can really outrank them in my mind.
Yeah.
So I'm not opposed to STFU and then Worries either.
Yeah, so I mean, I think we can definitely lock those in.
I'm down.
And then the final three, we're down to Shadow, Time in a Tree, and Pressure. And I vote, and I will be outvoted, probably, maybe. I think Time in a Tree should be 3. Because I think Pressure is perfect. I think Shadow is like close to perfect. And I think Time in a Tree is really good. But I don't think it's as immaculate as the other two songs.
This is difficult.
I don't agree, but I hold my tongue, as I know a pretty decent part of why I don't agree is because I've lived with this song for more than a year and a half now,
right?
Like and it's just become such like a staple for me. Like when I think of Raleigh Ritchie, I think of this song. Like any other song, maybe You're a Man Now Boy, but that's just because it's the title track of the album. It's repetitive, it's easy to remember, but like Time in a Tree is the song I think of when I think of Raleigh Ritchie, and it's so good. But I will hold judgment for now.
See, so my struggle, right, is like I've like talked about like the personalness of both Shadows and Pressure, and like those really do like define like major parts of my life. However, Time in a Tree, the lyrics of that song literally fit me to a goddamn T. He literally even like, swimming against the current, am I wrong? He showed me a warm. Honestly, I'm a bomb because like I get angry really easily. I want to be 10 again, just me and Sonic. I grew up with fucking Sonic as like my childhood game. Like there's just so much about this song that like speaks to me so personally. Like you could be a wizard, you could be a NASA, you could write fiction, you could tame raptors. Like just being so imaginative and like wanting to do so many things. And then, but immediately juxtaposed with most days I struggle, I get snappy. Fuck all that. I just want to be happy. Like it almost like takes things that both the other songs make me feel and just like wrap it up into like literally like a song that like when I listen to it, like I feel like so much of myself in, and it's crazy. And like I can get that like musically it might not be to the same extent of the other two. I can kind of agree to that. I do think it's still really great, but I even like when I was younger, like there was at my family reunions, there was always this tree that me and my cousins would always climb. I just want time in a tree. And it was like literally like, so much of this song perfectly parallels things in my personal life that like this song hits me on such a personal level. Like I was talking about the other two hitting me, like this one, and especially like obviously I didn't really know how to feel about the song because like you said, Nico, it's been sitting with me for such a long time.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of my most played songs through since it came out on my phone because I come back to the song so often because it is a song that just makes me feel so good because it's it kind of centers me in myself when I'm like overthinking and shit.
Whenever I use Spotify, it was like consistently like number one for the past 2 years for the song. Like it was the number one song that I had played of any other album. Like all the different changes my musical taste went through, all the bands I discovered, Time in a Tree was the number one song I played.
Well, that does make things difficult.
Yeah,
because I can now that you're bringing me with that argument. Now I don't know what to do. I really don't.
Now here's what I'll say though. After saying that, is that that's a very personal thing. That when you look at the songs objectively, though, otherwise, they all do make me feel things pretty strongly. These are probably the three that make me feel the strongest on the entire album.
Yeah.
Like personal wise, I think some of the other songs on this album really do make you feel things, but maybe they don't hit me personally on a level. Like, cause like Big and Scared, obviously, like it's just like a damn wow, that is powerful. Mm-hmm. Is it my personal does it like do I resonate with that? No, but like I feel that super hard for you. Whereas like these three songs are like wow, like this speaks to me in a way that like a lot of other music in general just doesn't.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously, props to Raleigh Ritchie for these three songs, because, like, they are all masterful. What I will say is that, objectively, musically, as much as it hurts, Pressure and Shadows might have better, like, all-around music than Time in a Tree.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I was thinking from, like, my complete outside view of this, of just like I've only heard the songs a handful of times. Like I don't know, I think objectively, while all three songs are incredible, I just think objectively of the three, like Time in a Tree should be third.
I think, in my heart, subjectively, Time in a Tree is one of my favorite songs literally ever.
Yeah.
But objectively, I would at least say that I think Pressure is the best. If I'm thinking about it.
In my opinion, I think objectively Pressure should be number one.
And I didn't really know if that was how I was going to lean. But the conversation we had about it and the way that we described just like all around it being such a great package. Because, and something else that I kind of touched on, but like it does expand into this conversation as well, is that Time in a Tree like hits me in a personal way, but objectively. Whereas Pressure is something that so many people feel, that so many people can feel personally. Like songs like Big and Scared, songs like Time in a Tree, they might not hit you exactly that way because of your own personal experiences, but like that constant feel of rush and my overthinking things is something that literally every person goes through. I mean, I can't say that for sure, but like, the majority of people go through.
Yeah,
I'm not
most people, yeah.
But yeah, I think that song reaches the most people with like really great lyrics, with really great instrumentals that also mirror that and tell a really great story. That I think, I'm starting to lean towards that maybe being the best one. And that's not where I was feeling coming into this. I was probably leaning a little more subjectively with Time in a Tree, but the more I think about it, the more I try to think objectively on this. I'm leaning a little bit more towards Pressure.
Yeah. Well,
Nico, how much do you want to scream? Because him and I quietly have been going, Time in a Tree, Time in a Tree, Time in a Tree, Time in a Tree. But like, I'm thinking about it. Tyler's talking to me, and that's the thing, right? Is what I was really excited about this is that Tyler is such an outside perspective on this, and like you and I both admitted, we've been living with this song for so fucking long that like it is a part of our lives at this point, to the point where it's like one of our most listened songs, and for good reason. it deserves to be here in the top 3.
Yeah, it's a good ass song. Like, I don't want to undersell that at all.
Yeah, but though that perspective that Tyler brings to it, with like it just being like hearing these songs very pure for what they are, and the conversation we've had thus far, I think personally under pressure. But what are you thinking, Nico?
Well, I'm not going to disagree about Time in a Tree. It hurts. Hurts in a lot of places. Kyle said a lot about it already. Like I mentioned earlier, and like we've said over and over, we've been sitting with this song for a year and a half, almost 2 years, and probably 2 years now, and it's become so ingrained in my head as some of like the peak of this style of music and of his music specifically too, that it's hard for me to distinguish between subjective opinion and objective I hesitate to say fact or data, but musically, Time in a Tree does not slap as hard as Pressure or Shadow. It pains me to say it, because it will 100% of the time, without a doubt, be the one song I go to every single time I listen to this album. But I will not argue with where it has been placed.
Yeah, because like it's hard.
It's very hard.
It's very hard because like I said, it legitimately, like, I am being 100% honest, it's one of my favorite songs ever subjectively, just because of the way it speaks to me, and it's beautiful and I love it.
To talk in an objective way about the way this song makes me feel is more like Pressure is a very good song for like everybody experiences the central theme of this very consistently. Like, there probably isn't a single person on earth who can say, I have not felt immense pressure at one point in my life or another. But Time in a Tree is a much broader idea that's all about needing a place to go to get away from everything. And I'm sure most people have experienced that, but it's a lot less powerful of a feeling. But the lyrics, I feel, there's a little bit of something that hits everybody that listens to this song like a sucker punch to the solar plexus. Like, the lines for me that kill me every time are just the like last bridge. That's just, I've seen things that I never should have seen, said too many things I didn't mean, hurt myself too many times to count. I need to let it out and just release. Like, those 4 lines fucking send me every time I hear them. Mm-hmm. I cannot listen to them and not like get a little emotion. Like, it's so good.
Yeah.
But again, musically, I accept its fate.
And I would like to say, though, that sucker punch to the solar plexus might be my favorite sentence you have ever said.
That could be a tight band name right there.
That, honestly?
Should copyright that shit before someone
Solar plexus sucker punch.
Oh, damn. That hits me in a good place. Possibly in the solar plexus. In a sucker way. Anyways, yeah. Fuck, it's difficult, but I think objective. If we are to rank this objectively, I think Pressure is just such a well-rounded beast in a way that edges out Time in a Tree just a little bit because of its way that it can speak to such a wide amount of people. And at the end of the day, I think like when you look at music, that is really what not only this album does a great job with overall, but like music in general is just like it's reaching people, like telling a story, making you feel things. I think Pressure is just such a perfect capsule of that in every way.
Yeah, for sure.
However, there is another song that we haven't placed yet.
I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I think Pressure should be 1 and Shadow should be 2.
I'm gonna come right out and say I think you're dead fucking wrong.
Well, I figured you'd side with your personal favorite there.
Yeah, I
So Kyle, you're gonna be the tiebreaker.
Oh, fuck!
It comes
I
down
like
to
it.
you.
I don't like it. I don't like
Once
it.
again,
I
I feel like it came down to you in the last DGD one we did too.
If we're talking about, the thing that did kind of discern Pressure, at least the way we talked about it a little bit, was that like it reached a lot of people in the way that like just music does that in general. I do think that maybe Time in a Tree does that a little bit more than Shadow, but I do think maybe Shadow edges out musically a little bit over Time in a Tree, maybe objectively. So like, what wins in that scenario?
Pressure.
You're correct. You're not wrong. That is what we've decided. Pressure does win because it just does everything. I'm gonna say Time in the Trees number 2 and Shadows number 3.
I didn't think that was the argument.
That wasn't. I thought we were locked in with.
I thought we were locked in with Time in a Tree as number 3.
I thought we were arguing Pressure.
We were just determining.
No. Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we locked in Pressure as number 1.
No. Well, I mean, we should, but like the past 20 minutes have been about locking Time in a Tree to number 3.
Oh. Well, I read this wrong. I really thought we were. I thought this conversation was different.
Was on the wrong page.
So basically, the podcast is over. Is what we've just come.
Yeah.
Kyle has just come to realize.
Yeah. I've realized that I just laid back in my chair for like a minute and a half trying to decide a thing that's already been decided.
Yeah. No, the tiebreaker was what should be number 1.
Oh,
Nico
Pressure.
wanted Shadow to be number 1. I wanted Pressure to be number 1.
I didn't. Yeah, Pressure should be number 1.
Yeah.
I think
Cool.
Pressure be.
We're
Shadow.
done. We've done
That
it.
was anticlimactic because I didn't realize that's what was happening.
With some slight confusion.
Yeah, don't worry about it. No, I'm okay with this. Don't.
It's all good. It's all good. Let's do a quick little recap here since we've hit the end of our Toon Basket journey. Coming in at number 12, Structure. 11 is 27 Club. Number 10, Sad Boy. Number 9, Aristocrats. Number 8, Squares. Number 7, Big and Scared. Number 6, Party Fear. Number 5, Stafoo. Number 4, Worries. Number 3, Time in a Tree. Number 2, Shadow. And number 1, Pressure.
Nice.
Wow.
I have now come to terms with what we've decided upon, and I have left the land of confusion to realize this is pretty neat. I definitely just completely heard you guys wrong, and I apologize, but this is where we are, and hurrah!
This was the most civil and easy song ranking we've ever done in the history of the show.
It is true. There was literally no arguments.
There was there was like
the tone of this
minor,
album.
tiny arguments, a little bit, but
there was
nothing.
no raising of the voice.
It never
I
got
feel like
violent.
that fits the tone of the album very
Yeah.
well, though. Like
Yeah,
it's
a little
very
bit.
much a conversational album.
Anyway, this brings us to the end of another episode of Song Rankings. If you stuck around for this entire thing, props to you. I give you a once-in-a-lifetime thumbs up that you can't see, so I'm also going to put in a little applause. Go you. Pat yourself on the back. If you haven't listened to this album, Andy, by Raleigh Ritchie, go listen to it, because it's tight. I just discovered it because of these good boys, and now I will be jamming this shit more often than I was, which was not at all. So, definitely check it out if you haven't. Let us know in the comments below if you agree or disagree with our rankings or anything else. Tell us how you're doing. What'd you have for breakfast? Anything, really. We're just starved for comments and attention. Also, if you liked this video, please give it a little like and consider subscribing to our channel, The Talks a Lot Boys, where we do a lot more shit like this. We've done song rankings for other albums, for other bands. We have the Tippy Top podcast where we just kind of talk about our personal rankings for different things. We've done power rankings for other things too. It's a good old time. If you like our voices, and you like things, there's probably something for you on the channel. I guess that brings us to the very end. So we have been the Talks a Lot Boys, and we will talk a whole lot more next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.